How do I do it all? The Brezza gives me the power.
Mumbai Indians are up and running for the season. Lucknow Super Giants are hoping to find home comforts in Lucknow. Both these sides have won one and lost two so far. What can we expect at the Ekana Stadium on Friday evening? Let's find out. On Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricinfo Timeout, where we have the company of Sanjay Bangar and Mark Boucher. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. Let's talk spin, because it has been a big factor at the Ekana over the years. And if we consider Lucknow Super Giants, Ravi Bishnoi is a bowler they've invested a lot in. He's had a difficult start to the season. What do you put that down to?
The surfaces, as also the novelty factor has gone a little bit down now for Ravi Bishnoi, because now teams are lining up against him really well. And he hasn't really added too many variations to the way he bowls. So clearly, the early mover advantage of having the ball only coming back into the right-hander or leaving the left-hander is not being as effective as it was for Ravi in the earlier years.
And when we consider what's happened with Bishnoi since IPL 2024, it's not too dissimilar to the sort of trajectory Rashid Khan has had. What do you put that down to? Is it a function of batters now freeing themselves up, which as an effect does the damage on this kind of bowler?
Yeah, look, for me, Bishnoi, I think he's bowled too full at certain times. You know, batters talk about the step hit, and every time I've watched him play, I know against Delhi as well, he bowled a few wide deliveries that went to the boundary. I just think at times he's looking and probably searching for too many wickets, and he's getting a bit too full, and he's getting punished there. Rashid, on the other hand, is a different bowler altogether. I think you know, when he first came into the scene, not many players have actually faced him before. I think he's played a lot of league cricket around the world, and yes, I think players have sort of worked him out and understand what he's trying to do in different situations. You know, if I was him, I'd probably stay away from the game of cricket for a while and come back in my second sort of chapter.
What we've also seen in these three games is Digvesh Rathi, the new spinner in the Lucknow camp. He's had a good start. What is he doing differently to Bishnoi?
See, a couple of things slightly different that work in favor of Digvesh. Number one is new to IPL. Not many international players have seen him, and not many Indian capped players have also seen him, because he just did really well in the Delhi Premier League. Looks good temperament-wise, because very rarely do you see a leg spinner operating in the first 6 overs, which he seems to be doing very comfortably. And the third is the skill set part in terms of having the variety. Can bowl both deliveries, which can move away from the right-hander, can come into the right-hander as well. So those factors have really been the reason why Digvesh Rathi has looked the part so far for LSG.
All right, going to focus on the MI spinners now. Now, it is their seamers who played the big part in MI getting their first win of the season at the Wankhede against KKR. But when you consider the spin options, Mitch Santner, of course, so seasoned. They've added Vignesh Puthur. What have you made of Mumbai's spin stocks this season?
I was very happy with the addition of Santner. I think that he bowls really well at Wankhede. We've seen that before. And the reason why he bowls well there, he's got good control of his lengths, but also his pace. And I think you need to have that sort of flight and guile to be successful at Wankhede. The youngster on the block, and everyone's talking about him. For me, I don't want to talk too much about him. I think that'll put a bit more pressure on him. He's coming in as an impact player as well. I don't know how much they're going to use him at Wankhede, but certainly, as Sanjay's talking about, you know, that new freshness about a youngster. No one's played a lot against him. You can certainly use him in places where the ball is going to turn, and I think he's going to add some good value to the attack as well.
When we consider the Lucknow middle order, Puran, Pant, Miller, there can be a tendency with some captains, some think tanks, that you see a lot of left-handers and you stop using your slow left armer, regardless of what their strengths may be. Do you expect that not to be the case for Santner against this lineup?
I don't really think so. You also tend to see the quality of the bowler that you have in your ranks. And this ground being a bigger size ground as compared to maybe a Wankhede or a Chinnaswamy, you would want your best spinner to take on the best bowler, because there's no other way out. So you would certainly want a Santner bowling at Nicholas Puran, because there's also a risk reward over there. Like Puran might just want to go against Santner, and that's where Mumbai could really get a wicket in bargain by, you know, playing that risk reward which you have to do in T20 cricket.
And the evidence of what Sanjay is referring to lies in, while it's a small sample size, Santner's got Pooran out twice in 15 balls and Pant twice in 11.
I also think it's where he bowls. I think in the situation of the game where Hardik might dangle a bit of a carrot and say, listen, we know that it's your matchup, the ball spinning into you for both of them. But, you know, if he's under a bit of pressure, there's always a bit of doubt about what big shots you want to play. And that certainly can play in Mumbai's favour as well.
And one more thing which will go in favour of Santner is that New Zealanders by nature are really good at, or they've brought up on playing in smaller grounds. And with that, they have great control over the lines that they bowl. So I believe that Santner is one guy who does it really well in international cricket. And he should really relish the challenge to go up against those two quality left-handers.
While we are on the subject of these matchups, Nicholas Pooran, who's been among the best batters against spin in T20s for a while, the only type of spin which has been some sort of a bane for him is left-arm wrist spin, as Mark Boucher points out. I think he has 5 dismissals and a strike rate which is just over 100, which is astonishing considering what Pooran does. Just increases the kind of role Vignesh Puthur might have in this game?
Yeah, as I said, it's one of those things, that the entry point of when they're going to bowl him, what's the situation of the game. You know, if you're talking about Wankhede Stadium, I mean, he's a youngster. You don't want to throw him to the wolves, but certainly if there's opportunity where you sort of dangle a carrot and say, listen, you guys are in a bit of trouble here. We know that this is your weak matchup. You're almost playing on his ego, but he's going to want to take him down. He wants to sort of assert his dominance, the way that he plays. That might play against him on that particular evening.
Pooran versus Puthur at the Ekana.
I don't mind it because by evidence, if you see, like I'll try and compare it with maybe a Kuldeep versus a Mitch Marsh as well, wherein Marsh tends to play a lot of the back foot because mostly none of the batters are quite confident of going down the track because of maybe they're not reading it from the hand. And Puthur, he has no baggage in the sense that he doesn't really understand too much. Everything is new, and that's when you are at your courageous best. So I would certainly want Mumbai Indians to use Puthur against these LSG batters. Usually
playing there as well, there's one long side. In all the games that Mumbai have played against LSG, there's usually a long side. So you can also play in batters' minds with regards to that. If there's a bit of a breeze, show him the long boundary and say, if you want to take him on, and take him on to that long side. And you've got to get all of it there because it's a very long side. So that could be another option that Hardik has got in using him.
All right. Should be interesting to see how it plays out. Thank you so much, Mark Boucher, Sanjay Bangar, for setting the game up for us. Puthur has no baggage, but MI do have some baggage. 6 previous encounters with LSG, 5 wins for Lucknow, only 1 for Mumbai. That was in the IPL 2023 Eliminator.
How do I do it all? The Brezza gives me the power.